Hello everyone and welcome. My name is VRN and PS4, PlayStation 5, PlayStation in general got a patch update for Neverwinter to hopefully fix the freezing. I am in without doing the little PlayStation button trick, but it's worked for some, hasn't worked for others. I know there are a lot of PS5 players struggling. There is some PS4 players still struggling. Apparently if you delete your friends or most of your friends, then you can get in, but that's your choice if you want to do that. But anyway guys, I'm going to try to keep you positive, and we're going to talk about stat balancing. So in the video you saw me upgrading a load of enchantments, and I was trying my best to balance the stats as best as possible while I was upgrading. So what I did was, if we go over to enchantments here, we got the companion one first and we leveled that up. That is right here. So we got this one up and we leveled it up because it's going to give you 7,500 to each augment companion bonus stat. And as you can see, the augment companion has each augment companion has their own bonus stats. And so for this one, we have accuracy, combat advantage, and crit severity. But if I was to put on a different one, say the bullet pop, these stats will change. So you got power, combat advantage, and defense. It's a defensive stat. I don't want it. You want the 3 offensive stats as a DPS anyway. So we'll run the Owlbear Cub. Now, if I was to switch this, these are my stats here. If I was to switch this companion to a fighter companion, this is why I'm using an augment, guys, because it gets so tedious and so stressful. So if we put on our wizard that I can't find, why can't I find my wizard? Okay, here he is. We'll put the wizard on, and the stats now change. So accuracy has gone down a long way, so has combat advantage, and so has crit severity. So them 3 bonus stats that the augment companion was giving us have essentially gone down to an amount that I really don't want to try to get back up. I don't want to balance that badly, so I'm going to keep it as stress-free as I can for you guys. So first things first, your companion enchantment, get it, rank it up, do whatever you need to do. That's first, and then you're going to see what your stats go up to, and then you're going to go over to your enchantment page and you're going to get whichever weapon enchantment you're going to use, whether it's Poison Thorn for single target or Curse Burn for AoE. If you can only afford one, go with the Poison Thorn. Always focus on single target before the AoE side of things. So the overloads don't actually add anything, so ignore them. Once you've put this weapon enchantment on, if you are ranking it up, rank it up first, of course, and then you're going to go put your utility on. Now the utility for me is 40. I went for 40. It was the one that was going to help me out the most, which is the Garnet. And also don't forget your bonus enchantment. I went for movement speed, obvious reasons, first to the DPS, you know, whatever. And you can avoid red a lot more easily with movement speed. So on the defense, we have all garnets because that increases your defense. As you can see on our defense, we have 62k, 44%. I don't really care. I used to use awareness, but I just want to go for defense because it's going to help me out most in when the enemies are straight ahead of me. Awareness is for like when an enemy has combat advantage on you. So a lot of people use awareness for AoE because there'll be mobs all around you hitting you. But I just went for defense. So after doing defense, and if you're ranking them up, rank them up, you then get a little bit of a feel of what your stats are. So what your stats are, if we take off all these here, so when I ranked up everything, these were the stats that I was working with. So as you can see, my power is 61k, my item level 63k. Okay, my crit strike is down, my accuracy again is down. So we're going to go put on these enchantments, and we have crit strike, and that's going to boost up, it's going to boost up every stat because of the combine rating, but it's also going to boost up crit strike. Now, I saw that my crit strike was still 3k down, so I bought another crit strike. And then we look again. So the crit strike is right about there, but as you can see, my accuracy and I wouldn't even say my power is struggling there, but here we go. As you can see, we had a citrine enchantment. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but that's accuracy. So again, my accuracy is up. Now, I didn't want my accuracy to go any further up because look at my power. It's nearly 3k down. So we went with power on the Garnet enchantment. Now, after doing all this, I was still in the red with some stats, so I went over. I left the mounts as they are, I left all them as they are, and we went over to the companion gear. Now, you can do this first or you can do this last, but I essentially had this accuracy one. I took this off and I put a crit severity one on because I moved a few things around. So, as you know, I had the rusted iron leggings. We have taken that off. If we go with the build that I had, so this is the build, right here. This is the build that I had, right? So looking at the stats, you can see that I've got less in the green. So I wanted to get rid of these shirt and pants. Like, I don't like having things where it relies on your stamina being over a certain amount. So we took these off and we put the veiled tunics on. We put the veiled trousers on as well. So what the veiled tunic does is it gives you, as long as you're moving, it'll give you 1% damage for 3 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So that's 5% damage if you can keep moving. If you're standing still longer than 5 seconds, the stacks will be removed. So as long as you keep moving, you can get an additional 5% damage. So if we look at the stats now, as you can see, our power is really down. So we actually changed this modification and we added power. Otherwise it was further down. So rusted iron leggings, I don't want these anymore. It decreases your incoming healing. I don't like them. So we added these on, which is going to give you 7500 power when your health is greater than 85%. As a rogue, I am kind of squishy, so if I'm always trying to get my health above 85%. I'm trying to keep it there. I'm trying to dodge, all that good stuff. So with these, the power is now 69k. Now I've got these lion guard gloves, which give you 5k power when you get 20 stacks. We don't need these, and we don't have box shield anymore. So we're going to use Spike Defender, which is essentially going to give you another 5% damage. So you get 5% damage from your shirt, you get 5% damage from your gloves. Now if we look here, our stats are right about there. The power's down by 500, I mean, it's fine. I mean, what are you going to do? But we can basically get that up if we buff. Let's buff ourselves. There you go. And there you go. So we're missing 5% power. Again, it's not a big deal to me. Combat advantage 82%. We got acute senses, so that should go pretty close to 90%. Crit strike, we need about 21%, which we'll get from the Greastro and the Ribcage together. And crit severity, we need 9%, but obviously the Ribcage will get that. We'll get that 12%, so it's fine. But this is essentially how I balance my stats, and I hope I kept this really simple for you guys. I tried to simplify it as much as I could. But you don't have to spend additional AD just to balance stats, as long as you've kept certain gear. Because as you can see, I've still got the Rex Corona, I've still got the Heels of Fury here. I've kept all my gear, and this is why you essentially need to keep your gear, because it's going to help you out in the long run. But let me know what you guys think of Mod 22 and how is your stat balancing going. I hope you're having as stress-free time as you can. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new to the channel and you want to see more Neverwinter content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.